So we're going to resume our last session right now. So we are so delighted here to have Dr. Christopher Germer lead our last practice. Dr. Germer is a clinical psychologist and lecturer in psychiatry at Harvard Medical School. He co-developed mindful self-compassion with Dr. Kristen Neff, who you heard earlier in the program. So just really delighted to have both of them here. And so they have also co-authored the book, the Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook, and teaching the Mindful Self-Compassion program is by Dr. Chris Germer, as well as the Mindful Path to Self-Compassion. He's also co-edited 2 influential volumes on therapy, mindfulness and psychotherapy, and wisdom and compassion in psychotherapy. And so just really delighted to have Chris join us right now. So Chris, I will give you the baton.
Thanks, Laila.
Yes.
And also thank you, Swati and Cecilia, Ben, and others who have made this mini retreat happen. And mostly thanks to everyone on this call for spending your day. Some of you right now, it's quite in the evening. I know there are people, somebody from Yokohama, at least 7 or 8 brothers and sisters from Kenya, people from all and South America. I think most of the continents in the world are represented in our little retreat. So it's just so wonderful to spend time together in this way, particularly with the focus for COVID relief for India. The trauma of COVID in India is actually feels personal to me. Because I have a lot of connections with India. My father lived in India for 9 years before I was born. 2 of my brothers went to medical school, to Kasturba Medical College in Manipal and Mangalore. Now it's Mangaluru. I have 2 step siblings who were born in India. And I also lived in India for a couple of years learning about meditation. When I returned from India, my first trip, which was a year long, in 1978, I was 26 years old, had not yet been to graduate school, and I was committed to integrating this extraordinary wisdom, contemplative wisdom that we find in India. Just remarkable amount of wisdom that comes out of India, and to integrate that into scientific psychology and psychotherapy. And I've actually been doing that for the last 40 years, believe it or not. In other words, India is like a mother to me. I really feel, many people say Mother India, it's a mother to me in many respects. So I'm so glad to try to give back just a little bit. And also, Ravi spoke about COVID as being an important learning experience. COVID is a very powerful teacher. It's an incredibly tiny and powerful teacher, and it's really getting the whole world to do a number of things. One is COVID is really forcing us to dive deep inside and to find parts of ourselves and resources that we may not have known that we have, in order to deal with the stress of isolation and caring for others and unemployment, death and dying. I think Kristen's meditation nicely reflected how there's just so much more to us, that we are more powerful more wise, and also more compassionate than we mostly can imagine. But when we imagine it, we actually discover this is us too. So we have what it takes. We have what it takes to overcome COVID. We have what it takes to overcome all these global problems that we have. COVID has also really taught us that our individual well-being is absolutely interconnected with the well-being of others. In other words, I take the vaccine for you and for me, you know? And also nations have to share vaccines if any nation is going to be well and safe. So we're learning about interdependence, and Ravi spoke so beautifully about interdependence, and particularly the quality of welcoming everyone and every part of us into the room. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is a acknowledgement of interdependence. So what I'd like to do is to offer a guided meditation called Compassion for Self and Others, which is from the last session 8 of the MSc program. And the idea behind it is that the world may not change as quickly as we would like. As we work hard to change the world, partly by changing who we are and how we inhabit the world, even as we do this, we can still experience something close to heaven on earth by cultivating compassion in our minds for every living being who arises in our minds. Imagine that your mind would be filled with compassion everywhere you go. What a beautiful life that would be for you, and how beautiful it would be for others. So this is a meditation that actually helps us to cultivate that compassionate mind. Okay? So I will lead it for about half hour, and then also offer a poem. So I'd like you, please, once again, to get really comfortable, whatever you need to do. If you lie down, you're probably going to fall asleep, or maybe you'll fall asleep, but if so, you might need it. So just take the next half hour to take really good care of yourself. Find a comfortable position. And then allow your eyes to close partially or fully. And then at your own pace, take 3 really deep, luscious, yummy breaths. And if you like, as a reminder that we're bringing not just awareness to our experience, but loving awareness. If you like, you can put a hand on a part of your body, over your heart or on your cheek, or one hand on the other, over your heart, or even your hands cupped in your lap in a way that gives you a sense of well-being, tenderness, love, encouragement. Just allowing yourself to feel the sense of touch. Maybe the warmth of your hand. And then again, with your eyes closed or partially closed, beginning to open to the world of sensation in the body. The pulsations, the vibrations, evidence that in this one precious moment that we are alive and conscious, feeling what it's like to have a human body. What a gift. And maybe even appreciating the uniqueness of your own human body. This is your body. And it has never existed before, and it will never exist again. And though you may have concerns about this body, maybe some judgments, just to know that in this moment, 99.9% of you is working very, very well. If you are alive for this meditation, you are nearly perfect, just like this. And then beginning to connect with your breathing. Feeling the sensation of the body breathing in and the body breathing out. Perhaps connecting with the gentle rhythm of your breathing. As Ravi said, connecting with how you are in this moment, being internally rocked, even caressed by your breathing. And if it feels right to you, even giving yourself permission to be held and rocked and caressed by your breathing. And if you like, you can stay right here through this entire meditation. Just letting yourself be internally rocked and caressed by your breathing. Feeling the rhythm. And if you like, allowing the in-breath to be for you and the out-breath for the world. In for me and out for you. Feel it, feeling with each in-breath how your body is nourished, even slightly energized. One breath after another. And feeling how with the out-breath, your body is calming, soothing, relaxing. One breath after another. As if you are sending that calmness and that soothing, that ease into the world with every out-breath. And as you continue to breathe, just allowing the rhythm of your breathing to slip into the background. And when you're ready, allowing yourself to be aware of any persons or other living beings that may enter your mind. And when someone appears, staying with that one just for a few moments, maybe a few breaths, lingering with that visitor and offering something good. You could offer a smile. You can offer a gentle exhale. You could offer some words like, may you be well. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you live in peace. So lingering with some person or living being who arrives in your mind just for a little while. Offering something good very naturally and easily. Something even as simple as a gentle exhalation for you. And then gently releasing that being and just resting in the gentle caress of your breathing. Until you have another visitor in your mind. Who comes? Could be anybody. Oh, there you are. And then lingering with that one for a while. Offering that one what feels just right for you. A breath, a smile, maybe just your compassionate presence. A gentle word. And when it feels like the right time for you to allow that person to go, to release that person in your mind and open your field of awareness to the next visitor. Who appears next in your mind? There may be many, and just choose one. There you are. And just lingering with this one, offering your presence, a gentle out breath, one after another, or a smile, or a few words. You have nowhere to go, nothing to do, just to be with this one in blessing. And as you do this, maybe sometimes some difficult feelings will come up. Maybe some sadness, maybe some anger, maybe some fear. Sometimes a difficult emotion will arise. And when that happens, then just once again feel your own physical body, putting your hand over your heart, on your cheek or some other place. And then offering yourself something good. Feeling the in-breath, letting it be for you. Offering yourself a blessing. May I be well. May I live in peace. May I be strong. Or just offering yourself a smile. Or just savoring the gentle rhythm of your breathing, the internal caress. So whenever it feels just right and natural for you, to return to self-blessing. Again, there's nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to achieve, nothing to get right. Just being. With whomever arises in your mind now. Who's next? Choosing one, anyone. There you are. And offering something over and over. What feels just right to you. And who appears next? Maybe you appear. Maybe someone else. Maybe a whole group of people. Practicing in the way that feels most natural to you. Being compassion. allowing your compassionate heart to radiate out to this being, or if you prefer, a group of beings. Allowing your out breath to saturate this being with warmth and kindness. Or sending a smile, filling that being with happiness. Or a word. Who comes next? Perhaps you need to nourish yourself a little bit. Perhaps you need to nourish yourself a little bit. What is the most natural thing right now for you? Being rocked and caressed by your own breathing. Welcoming a new arrival. Giving a blessing. Finding your seat in the middle of all these beings. Resting. And giving whatever feels most natural. To whomever you wish. Allowing the practice to be very simple as breathing, not more difficult than breathing. And you're doing that anyway. Feeling the rhythm of your breathing, welcoming, blessing, and then returning to your own precious being. allowing the breath to be your guide. Compassion for me, compassion for you. And who's next? Hi there. I see you. What words flow most naturally? Or is it the breath or a smile? Is it light? And how about for yourself? Your own precious being. Practicing like this on your own for the next 4 or 5 minutes. allowing these visitors to come to you. No work, no seeking, no struggle, no effort. Resting in your loving awareness. Blessing, including yourself. Nowhere to go, nothing to be. Just resting in the caress of your breathing. Resting in loving awareness. Now, beginning to gently release this practice, knowing you can return to it anytime you wish. Perhaps feeling the sensation of your feet on the floor, or the sensation of sitting on a couch or lying down. Beginning to feel your whole body, maybe stretching your fingers, maybe lifting your elbows, reaching and stretching. And then when it feels just right, to open your eyes, and I'd like to read you a poem. A poem is by a 31-year-old African-American poet and musician. Her name is Mary Harper Nichols, and it's called Breathe. Breathe right here in the middle of it all. Breathe right here before it all makes sense. There is a lot you cannot control. And this is also true. The wisdom you are gathering for doing what you can do is gracefully strengthening you. You are further along than you think. You are not who you used to be, and that is a beautiful thing. You are redefining what it means to give your all. You are cultivating new rhythms of rest. You are learning to love deeply. You are learning to love fully. You are letting fiery goodness fill your bones. You are learning to let go of age-old fears. You are learning to worry less, and also about who you need to impress. You are letting love challenge old ways of thinking. You are doing the work, and it matters. It matters. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. That was just so beautiful.